two-headed freak. And there it was, handed to me on a silver platter, a name that every kid in town had just heard me christened with. Nice. From that day forward, I would be known simply as Whitey. And just like that, my Dick days were over. Maybe not the most prestigious of circumstances, but it was a good alternative to reform school, which is where I was headed, courtesy all the fist-fighting and whatnot at school. Whoever that anonymous voice was, he ended my long streak of playground shiners. Just in time, as far as I was concerned, as it was getting pretty old holding a beefsteak to my eye once a week, not to mention monopolizing an unfair portion of the weekly grocery budget, a fact that my father shared often. So, from 5th grade on, I never again used my given name, except, of course, when dealing with Uncle Sam's fiscal terrorist cell, the IR-fucking-S assholes. My mother thinks I'm handsome. Sometimes. I'm not too tall, not too short, and heavy enough to knock most people on their butts if they came asking for it. I'm a relatively healthy, 50-something, regular Joe in Los Angeles, California, the City of Angels. It's been home for me for most of my adult life, and where still I earn a decent living as a private investigator. That's right, a private dick. I guess nothing really changes. It's sometimes dangerous work, but mostly routine and usually pretty honest work. It pays the bills, and it beats punching a clock in some factory or bagging groceries at the market. The Alexandria Hotel, over near 5th and Spring Street, a seen-better days flea bag of a flophouse, is where I hang my hat daily. It's not the Ritz, but it's close to the action and the price is right. Translation? It's cheap. I was a damn good cop for better than 22 years in this city, a detective first grade for the last 12. I had a gold shield and everything, no fooling. I'd earned myself a solid reputation on the streets and paid my dues in sweat and blood as well as a broken marriage. I just enjoyed the rush that came with a job well done and appreciated the respect of peers and superiors. Man, life was good. Aces, actually. Right up until the day that my wife, the lovely Rhonda Rude, informed me that she was changing teams. What do I mean? Well, let's just say that the monthly alimony check is made out to Ronald Rude now. Nuff said. That little revelation inspired me to book a 2-year vacation to God knows where via air booze. Needless to say, the department wasn't exactly supportive in my choice of therapies. So, after a long string of missed counseling sessions, the LAPD and Whitey Rude divorced as well. Now, as an educated man, I actually do have an advanced degree in criminology. You'd have thought that I'd have been able to avoid such an obvious pitfall, right? Well, you'd have been wrong. What the hell? I was hurt, pissed, and feeling sorry for myself. You know the drill. My mom used to say, "Don't cry over spilled milk." It turns out that she was right. And eventually things changed for the better, sort of. I used to beat myself up over that dark period of my life. But you know what? Fuck 'em. Sometimes you just need a good cry. So, after being encouraged to leave the employ of the LAPD, 2 years shy of a full pension, mind you, I found myself sitting at my mother's kitchen table late one Sunday evening. We were sipping cheap scotch together, eating fish and chips, reminiscing about the good old days, as she called them. When out of the blue, she smacks me with a healthy dose of Irish wisdom in her thick Gaelic brogue. It was typical of the sort of thing you would expect to hear from anyone in my family, and it went something like this. "Sonny, life's a bitch, and then you die." Frankly, I decided to take it as a sign that things could only get better. Good words to start over on, am I right? Anyways, I'm hoping it was more than just the whiskey talking. But then again, my mother has always been a bit of a drama queen. What's this mean to all of you? Nothing, I guess. I'm just setting the mood for what you're about to hear. Okay, now we're properly introduced, so let's get to the good stuff. This case is actually pretty interesting. And it all started like this.
Nanjing, China, 1999. The Voice. I'm told she was a precocious child. Not a bad little girl, really, but one could easily describe her as naughty.